Deindustrialization is absolutely not inevitable. There's plenty of examples of communities kind of rising up and challenging deindustrialization both as it occurs and kind of following some of the processes of deindustrialization to kind of really find their way. For example, in Sydney, my area of study, in 1967, the private steelmaking company announced that they were going to close the local steel industry. As a result, this would have laid off more than 1,000 steelworkers in the city at the time. And the community kind of rose and challenged to this, and they had a parade of concern where more than 20,000 people kind of went out into the streets in protest. And the provincial government at the time heard the protest and decided that they would nationalize the steel plant. And although the steel plant did eventually close in 2001, they had more than 30 years of kind of work and success in Sydney as a result of that decision. You see kind of a softer landing than you see in places like Detroit or Youngstown, Ohio, where there's an immediate closure followed by kind of abject poverty and kind of mass alienation, crime, and all kinds of problems that are associated with such a sudden closure. And I think it's really up to people to kind of organize politically and demand that of our political system, that listen, you owe this to your constituents who are dealing with these issues caused by structural deficits. Deindustrialization is not caused by workers, it's not caused by unions, and it's not caused by the people who live in these communities. And so it's really government's job to kind of provide some sort of safety net for the possibility of industrial loss and to try to prevent that from occurring as it happens. And I think that localized protest, kind of worker-based protest, and collective kind of community awareness of these issues and action on these issues is something that's really, really important.